Is Esper, and welcome to another arena run video. So I've been enjoying doing arena runs, but now I feel like it's almost a waste if I do an arena run and don't record it, so I have decided to do that, and this is just great. It's awesome that I finally have the choices between classes that I'm familiar with that are not mage. Now, that's cool. Here's a viewer wishing us luck. For those of you that are watching, if you'd like to send me a friend code, you are more than welcome to. I have no idea if Blizzard has a limit on how many friends you can have, but my friend code is Esper number 1666, which is funny for its own reasons. Out of these three, I think that Priest is probably the best, but Druid is one that I am more familiar with, so I'm going to make a Druid deck. I like it. It has a lot of like Simic style characteristics in my mind, where a lot of the cards do things that Simic style cards would do in Magic. Like these choose abilities I think are great. We're going to grab Keeper here because it's just so versatile. I do not like Naturalize, that seems really bad. Direwolf Alpha doesn't seem like the best. I'm going to play like a control style deck, so I'm actually going to take the War Golem. It's not exciting, but it's not terrible. There are no secrets for this class, so Mad Scientist is a bear, so we're going to take River Crocodile because it's a better bear. Wild Growth is cool in Arena, man. I'm going to grab Wild Growth. I don't play it in my constructed deck, which is probably a mistake, so I'm going to try it out here. Frost Elemental is just sweet. And Starfire seems incredible. Removal that cycles. Gross, these are all so bad. But we're not going to do another Murloc run, that didn't work out so well last time. We will probably grab the Imp Master. Loot Hoarder cycles, Savage Roar. It just seems like if you don't build your deck around Savage Roar, it's not great. So I'm going to grab Loot Hoarder. Swipe. Swipe is awesome. Good area of influence. There is no reason not to take another Keeper here. It's so good. Sea Giant is sweet, so is Big Game Hunter. I'm actually going to take Big Game Hunter because I think it's a more versatile card. We have one Death Rattle card. One Death Rattle card. So we're going with the Tiger. No questions asked. Gross. None of these are great. I think that we'll take Poison Seeds. It's not awesome. It's not a card I'm excited to have. And Voodoo Doctor is cool, but I think I'm going to go with Bloodfin Raptor. I just don't like 1-drops for whatever reason. I think that Spellbreaker is slightly better than Swamp Ooze. I could be wrong there. Hopefully we get more 3-drops to even out our curve. Well, punished. Should have gone Murlocs. I still don't think that Savage Roar is great, which makes me sound like an idiot because I could have had 3 of them at this point. So I guess we'll take the 1-drop just because it's a 1-drop. I don't think that the Tidecaller's upside is that great. How many spells do we have for our Auctioneer? We have some. It wouldn't be a terrible pick, but I think Crazed Alchemist is more versatile. Drops earlier. This is so tough. These are all great class cards. Wrath is an awesome card. Ironbark Protector is a great card. Mark of the Wild is another solid choice. I think it's between Wrath and Ironbark Protector. And I have no top to my curve. God, Wrath is so good. I'm going to take Wrath. So the count for Savage Roars, I believe, is at 4 now, which is embarrassing. This guy does not seem very good. This guy, on the other hand, seems very solid. We're going to take Sludge Belcher. Leper Gnome here. Get our beats in. Here, I like the Jungle Panther more than the Taunt guy. Mark of Nature seems like a really good trick. This is tough. I don't think that Innervate is that great in Arena, but I don't think that it's not worth running, whereas Priestess of Elune is just not an exciting body for 6. So we will take Mark of Nature. Should have gone Murlocs. Oh man. Master Swordsmith it is. Gnomish Inventor. Cycles. This guy is okay. Claw seems like fine early removal. We're gonna grab that. And then I have a lot of spells, not a ton of follow through, but I think I'm gonna take Starfire. Come on, finisher. Gross. We'll take Sunwalker. So instead of having a control style deck, it looks like we have a tempo-ish style deck. This stream is not brought to you by Coca-Cola, but I'm going to drink it anyway because the company basically owns me at this point. If you cut me, I think that I'd bleed Coca-Cola. So there's some fine product placement, I guess. Alright. What are we playing? It's Mage. Our hero power lines up pretty well against Mage, I feel. I don't know if our deck does, but I like the early wild growth. I am not as excited about the Master Swordsmith, and I like Starfire, so. Well, it's a good thing I like Starfire because I have 2 of them now. Oh my god, my curve is. There is no curve. It's just really bad. Next turn we'll try to get out in front and we'll hope he doesn't truck us with some 1-drops. He could coin out a 2-drop. He has no idea how good that would be here. So he still has this coin, which means that next turn he can coin out something, make this much larger. So we're gonna Wild Growth to give ourselves the option of swiping it away. Because I think that this Mana Worm is going to be a problem.
Mind if I roll need?
Perfect. The swipe is going to get such good value. Yeah, this is definitely the play here. What hero did I pick? Druid out of Druid over Hunter, and what was the other option? We had Hunter and Priest. I'm being rude. I forgot to end my turn. Now the curve doesn't look as bad. I think that Panther into hero power is a solid play here.
For the wild.
I think I'm going to inform Falcor that I am streaming right now. Not to be rude or anything, I love talking to fans and viewers, it's just I think that it's more polite to focus on one thing at a time. So I'm not opposed to innervating out this Bloodfin Raptor. I don't think that innervate is going to get much better. So we're going to put it on the board. Our opponent can't really punish us for it yet. I guess he could coin Blizzard if he really wanted to. That would be strong on this board. But the Bloodfin Raptor allows me to do some cool stuff where I can just get more beats in and really increases my clock. And also, depending upon what he plays, it lets me Starfire down whatever of his guys. That was a solid play. I was counting on my Taunter. Ooh, he did not kill this. That's getting Starfired down. It's 5 damage, so we can attack in and Starfire. That seems sweet.
Avast me!
So we are down some card advantage here, but it isn't a huge deal. It's tempting to just put the War Golem onto the board. Let me think about it for a second. If we put the War Golem onto the board, it lets us Starfire and Hero Power next turn. But I think that this has to go before it eats my guys. So we're gonna take that play. And then I think, like I said, we're just gonna attack. I think that we have more burst right now than our mage opponent does. Could be completely wrong, could die to a Pyroblast out of nowhere. Oh man, where's my AoE? I only have one swipe, darn. So now what do I want to do? I feel like this, and Hero Power attack this ironically. To knock off that Divine Shield is our best play. Because I want this to die if it attacks into my Sludge Belcher.
I'll put it on your head.
Ooh, that was a strong play. I'm amazed he hasn't shot this guy with his Hero Power. That just, I would never want this guy to get more value than he already is gonna get.
Wanna blow something up?
Oh, I'm sorry, man. There you go. So obviously the plan here for him is to put me in a position where, it's tough to say, where the charge on the guy can kill my Sludge Belcher. So it's tempting to trade here, or better yet, trade here. If I trade here, he'll ping. If I trade here, I think that that's fine. So I'm gonna trade here. I'm gonna put my War Golem onto the board, and I'm gonna put my Loot Hoarder onto the board. And if he shoots down the Loot Hoarder, that's fine. I had a 2-mana cycle, but I'm hoping that the War Golem combined with this Starfire can let us win before his superior card advantage just takes us out. My deck has a really, really poor curve, that's insane. Now we can trade this. Yikes. And things are not looking good for our heroes. So I'm ironically tempted to cycle this Wrath.
I can't do that.
Oh, it has to be a minion. Alright, well then we're definitely cycling our Starfire. And this would be a great play if we had the mana for it. So instead we're going to play a Blind Alchemist and attack like this. Playing this guy blind might be incorrect, but I just hate having an empty board and not taking advantage of it. If Starfire costs 5 mana, it would be broken, but I could have played the Stranglethorn Tiger. Stranglethorn. That makes much more sense. So, this could be any number of things. He's just going for it, it looks like. I don't even really want to think about what this could be, because I just have no idea. I definitely want to do 1 damage to knock down this divine shield. Also, it gets me a Murloc Raider, my least impactful card. I think that attacking here is correct. Oh no, he has 2 now? Are we dead to that? So we're in a lot of trouble. He can only play 1 a turn, but they represent a clock that just nerfs us. There might have been some merit to playing this Murloc Raider exclusively to trade with 1, but then he'll just ping it down.
To Northrend!
Here they come.
Tasdingo!
Yikes. So we need something off the top that's very meaningful. And that could be it, actually. So we can start trading down our guys. I am not opposed to this. Well, we're throwing that in there. Interesting. So we need a way to kill this, but we also need to live. I think that if we're taking 10 next turn regardless. We know he has another
What to do?
Argent Commander, so we need to... Or we're taking 9 exactly between the Hero Power and the second Argent Commander. So if we armor up, there's a world where we maybe live. But it involves trading this here.
Time waits for no one.
Attacking in, playing a Murloc Raider.
For the wild.
And like, we're pretty in there. If he has any way to get that extra point of damage, we're in a lot of trouble. We do get an extra card. Not that it'll matter. If he plays a taunt, like, this is our end game. We're just hoping that the 5 cards in his hand don't impact this board in such a way that we can no longer win. And that's game over. Well played.
Northrend!
Well played.
Oh, the Rubbins. That was unnecessary. Alright, well, that was a sick duplicate. Argent Commander is a good one. And again, like, these videos are to take a kind of perspective that I have while playing and share it with all of the viewers. But in addition to that, I welcome those of you that see better plays than the ones that I make to comment and let me know. All you have to do is tag the specific time in the video where you think you have a better play and let me know what it is, because I'm definitely not perfect. I've top 8'd a lot of tournaments and then scrubbed out of them immediately afterwards, so I like to think that I'm decent, but not flawless, and so any help at all is greatly appreciated.
Lies against you.
This hand seems fine. We don't have a good way to ramp into this stuff, so I'm actually going to throw this back and the tiger back. Hopefully we can get some curve filler. That is perfect.
I feel icky.
Well, our opponent also wants to be the beatdown. I see your beatdown and raid you a leper gnome. Coining out the raptor didn't seem very good, and coining into hero power for this seems bad. If we just hero power trade, I'm fine with that. I go down 2 damage in that race, but
For the wild.
now we have an interesting choice. Next turn we can innervate coin into Sunwalker, and I actually think that I want to do that. I think that it's better than innervating into a Bloodfin Raptor now. I think that Sunwalker is just going to be really strong against whatever his turn 3 play is. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try that. Coin, innervate.
Truth is my form.
Ramping like I have a Kessig Wolf run up in here. Alright, prime time, your move. I never played Kessig Wolf Run. I was a big Delver player, which is important to mention. There was never a point in my career where I was playing Kessig Wolf Run. I respected the players that could play it, I just did not enjoy the deck enough to take it on myself. I feel like this guy will get better value than shooting this, that just seems terrible. So we're going to Bloodfin Raptor, armor up, hit him. Druid also has some pretty big guys, so maybe we can get a sweet big game hunter hit. I think that we're going to hold this guy in our hand. He's not a 4-2. He's a 3-mana removal spell that happens to leave a guy behind. Which I often think is how you should look at cards like this anyway. Ooh, that was pretty good. So now we can take out our Sunwalker. Wild Growth is not particularly exciting here. I wanted to get this off the board, but I guess I can Starfire it next turn, Sludge Belcher this turn, trade here. I like that, alright. We might save Wild Growth at this point in the game. I know that if you keep it long enough, it'll cycle itself into an extra card for 2 mana if you wait until you get to 10. Our deck does not have enough high drops in it that a Wild Growth at this point is exciting. Going from 5 to 6 is just, or I guess next turn going from 6 to 7 is just not exciting for me in a world where we have mostly impactful 6 drops. I have a hard time believing that the Panther was the best play our opponent had. Especially since I'm going to shoot it down, I think. I like that play. I like shoot Panther. Attack. Transform. Polish this off. And we have more cards, less life, and a much better board than our opponent, so that is kind of where I want him. A Topser. Wonder what that means. My username is too easy for people to figure out. A quick Google search will deal with that. See, like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It seems like this Wild Growth did nothing for my opponent. If he really wanted to hit a 10-drop next turn, then more power to him, but that just did not seem impactful enough. I would not have played it there.
Excuse me.
Now, on the other hand, this is not an exciting Frost Elemental, but I want to put the 5-power body on the board because I really want to press an advantage against an opponent who can't really do anything to sweep my board aside from turn all of my guys into Trents. Treants or Trents, one or the other. But he's played an Ironfur Grizzly off the top and he just keeps activating his hero power. Okay, so these are just not exciting plays. I like going for the throat here. It could be wrong, but I'm going to let him summon his Trent, attack that, and I'm actually going to Mark of Nature this way. Normally I go for Taunt because it's more relevant, but now I'm hitting him for 9 and it's almost worth it to play it as a burn spell. Especially with the Starfire in my hand, I feel like we've got this one in the bag. We have established just too much pressure. We have lethal next turn, although our opponent does not. Actually, he knows it. This is lethal on the board. Okay, so he gets some value. He did have to top deck the Starfire, which was solid. Now what? If he plays anything big, we big game hunter it. If he plays anything interesting, we have silence for it. I think we just keep on keeping on. I will throw this Starfire in his face this turn if I don't draw anything better. And then I like this play more than anything else.
Feel nature's
We have 2 points to burn in our hand plus our hero power. I think it is safe to say at this point that this one is over. Our opponent seems to feel the same way. He's okay. Well, if he was going to get back into it, that's a good start. Those are not the kind of cards that I like to run. I feel like they are just very, very unexciting in a world where, like, gaining life is bad magic, where you have 20 life. So, how is gaining life in a game where you have more life going to be any better? If he attacks, he shouldn't attack here. Okay, but he is. I'm comfortable trading off my board and playing things that have more impact.
Feel nature's wrath.
There's a world where I should have shot that down, but I am playing a little bit cautiously. I could claw and hit him. I don't like that. I'm gonna Spellbreaker. I can't Spellbreaker. I am a fool. If I had played Spellbreaker first, I would have been totally okay with it, but since I played it second, I would have to silence this guy and he has a relevant ability. This is a fine turn to cycle out our Wild Growth. Go ahead and play our excess mana. I want to know what I have. Okay, well, that is a terrible card, but we didn't want to draft it in the first place. We kind of always knew that it wouldn't be very good in our deck. Oh my god, don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years. Turn this into a trend. It's tempting. This is never gonna get better. Sure. I'm gonna play this to destroy this creature.
I must safeguard.
Kill that creature. And make my guy bigger. That was a really, really unexciting turn. If he digs his way back into this one, I will be both surprised and impressed. Well played.
Well played.
To Northrend!
Oh my gosh, it's happening. It's happening! I knew this day would come. Unbelievable. Come on, deck. Give me something to put it away. Oh man. It's not happening.
For the wilds.
Alright.
It's time.
I'm still saving these guys. It could be wrong, but my guys have relevant abilities. We're so close. He's at 11 and he's playing literally off the top of his deck.
I hear you got a problem.
Okay, well. When he unsilences that guy or unstealths him, we can big game hunter him down. It is terrible that these are our best plays. Murloc Raider, armor up,
For the wild.
hit him. And there is merit to Starfiring first, just so that we know what we're getting. Okay, so we've got this game now. We can swipe him down next turn. No matter what happens, unless he gains another 8 life, I feel like we are going to win.
Your magic shall not save you.
Okay, so he drew a Spellbreaker. This guy is solid. My opponent is not giving me up. He is just not giving up.
Well played.
I'm not gonna do the rub-ins or anything, I'm just gonna swipe him.
Well played.
Which is in fact the reason that we should have starfired first, so that we could have saved our opponent the trouble. But he was getting back, coming back in it. For those of you that watch my Nerf videos, I feel like I'll give you a fun update. This is the 24th of August, so DragonCon is next weekend. I will not be making videos next weekend, but the big blaster that I'm working on right now is codenamed Endbringer. It's a really sweet crossbow integration, and I feel like for any viewers that are willing to watch my Hearthstone videos, they definitely deserve to get some like spoilers or some sneak previews, I guess. So the Endbringer is a sweet crossbow integration. I've put a electronic clip system blaster inside a crossbow shell, and the enamel paint is actually drying up really nicely, and it gives it this really vibrant color. I am very, very excited about the direction that the project is heading. I'm going to pitch the Crazed Alchemist. And that's a fine curve. We go 1, 2, 3. How do you beat it? I want to play the Murloc Raider first because I'm more excited to trade him off early than the Leper Gnome. The Leper Gnome is like, in theory, it has this. He's just cycling a flare. That's fine. My deck has no secrets. It looks like we're going to be the beatdown this game. And it's hands like this that just punish me completely. I cannot believe we didn't take even a single one of the Savage Roars. It must be a much better class card than I realized, but I have never played the combo deck with the Savage Roar in it, so I'm just missing out.
Hey, give me
I think that this is clearly the trade, so that we cycle. And I'm now very excited about playing Imp Master into Cult Master. Ha! They both are masters, which is good because they're an insane combo. We could get the draw engine really going while we maintain the beatdown. If he plays anything with low toughness here, I'm excited to kind of go at it. Okay. There is a world where I like playing Leper Gnome. Oh my gosh, can we do both? This is insane. Innervate is a broken card, ladies and gentlemen. Cult Master. We're gonna Crazed Alchemist this guy. And then I'm tempted to throw this Imp in here exclusively to... If I throw the Imp in now, I get a free card. I'm gonna... The debate is whether or not the Imp is worth the free card, since I plan on trading the Murloc in anyhow. So I'm trying to figure that one out. I think it is. I think that we are low on cards, and that I want the free card out of the Imp more than I want anything else. And there are ways that that could go wrong for us next turn, so I like this plan. We lose a point of damage doing this, so if we are punished later on, we know where we went wrong, but I like this play. I think that getting the free card, the Imp is definitely worth a new card every time. So this is obviously an excellent trade. It looks like he's got a way to kill our... Wow. Wow. Punished. Oh my gosh, how are we gonna beat this?
Well played.
This is likely our best play. It's just... I thought this card was so bad. I don't think that we have a choice. I think that we're gonna hit him, since I'm almost positive we lose this damage if we don't. And then we have to level the playing field. Do we want to kill our own leper gnome? I think that we do. Alright. Welcome to the new age. Everybody's a tree. We are Groot. All of us. All Groot. Guardians of the Galaxy was insane. Liked it a lot. It's not a unique opinion by any means. Everybody that I've talked to who saw the movie thought that it was very, very good. It was an excellent film. I am disappointed in the lack of Richard Rider from the Nova Corps, as he is my favorite superhero, but I understand that the pacing of the film just wouldn't allow for an extra hero who was not part of the Guardians team. So I'm disappointed, but not overtly so. I understood it. This is pretty good. I was hoping he'd have to 2 for 1 himself. He still, in theory, has to 2 for 1 himself, but one of his guys cycles. Not fair. I am going to maintain the same logic that this is no longer good at 7 mana. I think that our best play is to War Golem, trade a tree, and hit him. It's actually probably to War Golem and trade off with his board. And that challenges him to deal with our War Golem with a 4/4. If he can, great. Means that our game gets to continue and we have a Jungle Panther and a Bloodfin Raptor. Good value.
Pass me that arc-light spanner!
This will dig us back into it just a little bit. I like freezing here. This is tough. Playing the Bloodfin Raptor lets us attack this down next turn, so I'm okay with that if he wants to trade here. If not, we can use it for any number of things, but I think Hunter's the class with Explosive Shot. That's interesting. This guy doesn't even seem like remotely balanced. He is too strong. What I wouldn't give for a Wrath here, or a Swipe. Swipe would be excellent. We're attacking this down. I think that ironically we're trading here since we're down. And then we're going to put our Stealthy Man onto the board. We're about to take massive damage from the Beast. We can't even really hero power him down. He's gonna hit us for 9 if we do so. This is good value. What we really need is our second Wrath. It is called Wrath. We need one of our Wraths so that we can attack him and then hit it without doing massive damage to ourselves. Or that. That's a good card, I've been told.
I've got the beast in my sight.
And this is a fine turn to cycle our Wild Growth.
Thanks.
We must have given him something really good, killing his spider. There's no you're welcome.
Well played. Give that minion a turn.
So hopefully whatever it is that's awesome that he has, we can keep her down. We are putting him pretty close to lethal. If he has another charge of the hounds, I'm gonna be very upset. He's getting to draw his entire deck. Oh my gosh. When does it end? Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
Well
This
played.
is the end. You fought very hard. Oh, it's off the top. We're not gonna slow roll him. I wanted to do it with the keeper, but
Gotcha.
nobody ever lets me kill him. I am bad at Hearthstone. I don't kill my opponents fast enough. If I ever play a deck with Wild Growth in it now, I have a golden one. That's kind of cool. Anyway, the Endbringer has a special blend of enamel paint on it. I'm looking at it right now, so it's really easy to talk about, but it is a kind of metallic automotive blue for its top coat on top of a black base coat, which shows through on things like the handle and the grip and the sights. And then I went with a neon orange enamel paint. It's like a safety sign orange paint that has been really, really cool in my experience so far using it. I've enjoyed kind of tinkering with it. And it looks a lot like the Nerf orange, so it matches the logos and the trigger and stuff well. It should be a really cool project when we're all said and done. I don't like Innervate this early. River Crocodile is fine, and I think that Spellbreaker is probably a card we should keep. But I want something else here. I guess that'll do. It hits totems really well, for what it's worth.
Greetings, friend.
Hello?
My greetings.
It's Jaina that says hello.
Greetings, friend.
Hello
My
again.
greetings.
How many times do you want to say hi? Shaman Man. Rex Bow. This is interesting. I feel like we have the better trade. He doesn't know about our Claw either. I think ironically Claw plus hero power, deal with that is the best play we have.
For the wild.
And we just keep bringing the beats for as long as he'll let us. I don't hate this play. I like
I must safeguard.
2 damage here, 2 damage here, and attack. And that's just to preempt any overload shenanigans. That guy gets much harder to kill the longer the game goes. The toughness boost is very, very relevant. It's almost more dangerous than the power boost. He does that on a 1-for-1. Okay, well he's gonna do it again. If he follows up with like, yep, here's the overload spell. This is insane. Now how are we gonna deal with him? I like poison seeding him pretty soon. Do I like that this turn? I think I do. I think I like attack,
Heal
attack,
nature's wrath.
and then poison seeds. That'll do another 2 damage to him, turns our guys into essentially what they were. So I did not like poison seeds. I thought that it was bad, but in a deck with this much death rattle and this many interesting spells, I think this is turning out rather well. It's letting us be really aggressive with our little creatures and then turning them into something better. Next turn we can Sunwalker. Should be strong. He's only got 3 mana this turn. The overload spells are broken as all get out, but they do have a downside. Downside alleviated by the coin. This is unexciting. Stacks up very poorly against our Sunwalker.
I've got a huge gun!
Okay. He's still not attacking, it looks like. Okay, so we've got him pretty close to done. If we... Mark of Nature, 8-10, puts him at 4. I think that we save this trick and focus on developing our board. This guy could be insane if we flipped him later. I think what we want to do is play this guy and start putting him in range.
For the wild.
So now we have lethal a few different ways, and he still has to get through our taunter to deal with any portion of our board. Okay. That's a good start. It looks like he's going to trade off. Problem is, we have this sweet trick where we silence this guy and flip our man.
Your magic shall not save.
Alright, Berserker, go get him. Hiya! So that was sweet. We weren't ever really behind that game. I like games where we take an early lead and then just kind of press that advantage. It isn't my style. I like to come back from behind. A fellow Magic player of mine once described my play style, and this was an aggro player. He was playing a lot of Naya Blitz during the Innistrad season, and then he moved on to a Jund aggro deck, and that was just his style of play, whereas I've always preferred the tempo-y control decks. And he was like, Magic is like a fist fight. I just want to punch my opponent in the face until they die. And I was like, politely disagree, and he was like, Drac is 100% wrong. Drac likes to let his opponent punch him in the face a good 40 times, pretend to die, get up and stab them afterwards. And that is exactly how Esper played. It was every inch of it the let's come from behind deck. And that's one of the really exciting things about games like Hearthstone and Magic, is that there are just multiple ways to approach playing it, and neither way is right or wrong. Definitely coining out a River Crocodile here. Loot Porter not being exciting because it'll just die to the power. We will play it next turn because it's never going to get any better, but I want to get early beats in with our early beats creatures. Cycling cards is sweet, but it's only sweet if you have actual plays to follow it up with.
I wonder.
Neat thing about Hearthstone, the smaller deck size makes it way easier to kind of do probability calculations and the like. Oh my gosh. Did he misclick? That is egregious. If all he wanted was a lightning bolt on his turn 2, he is not respecting the power of tempo. I fear our opponent Acherist is either misclicked horribly, or they may not understand the game mechanics quite right.
Sorry.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Yeah, this is not lining up for me. I am very confused. He should have shot this down, but playing this into my... I just have a really good board to fight these guys.
Hey, give me that.
Very confusing. I almost like Mark of Naturing my guy and attacking. If I polish this off, he can shoot it down. I do not have a great turn 3 follow-up play. I could just Wrath it down, in all honesty. I think I'm going to save Wrath for next turn. I'm going to attack him. I'm going to press an advantage that I feel like is present, because I don't think that my opponent understands tempo. So I'm going to do this in the hopes of wrathing next turn and hero powering something else. I could just hero power this, but cycling the wrath seems sweet. You know what, I could just be totally wrong. My opponent could be a balls out burn deck and I'm not playing quickly enough. But I have a good feeling that my opponent is just playing poorly. They are very down on cards. Next turn I'm going to play Sludge Belcher. My hero power allows me to combat this very effectively, because the armor will negate it each turn. That said, my opponent could have built a deck around a early pick Pyroblast, and I just don't know what I'm doing. Tempting the Mark of Nature and trade here. I just don't have a great follow-up to that. I'm going to play my Sludge Belcher and continue racing. And then if he attacks in here now, swipe gets much, much better.
The gates are open.
Or does it? My opponent could have been trolling and just has a much better plan than me. Okay, well, I think that Poison Seeds is the play here. As terrible as that sounds, because his board is better than mine. And then after I Poison Seeds, I'm going to claw away one of his guys, actually. Because I want to maintain superior ward presence.
For the wild.
I still really disagree with the aggressive use of Frostbolt and Fireball. I could see it if my opponent had a constructed Freeze Mage deck. I know that I've certainly done that in matchups where I feel that I'm going to have to Alex defensively, but this confuses me. I also don't want to sound like some sort of jerk. Like, I could understand these plays if I had perfect information, I just don't. So to me right now, they seem like poor plays. These are all aggressive cards. They line up very poorly against the swipe in my hand, but they are aggressive cards. Oh, this is gonna feel bad for you, man. If it's a counter spell that he's hanging on to, do I want to play around that? I think that I do. I think that it's so important for this to work that I'm going to try and play around Counterspell. This isn't a terrible play because it lets me attack into this and keep my guys. So we know it's not Counterspell. Is it Ice Barrier? Nope. So what could it be? It could be copy. Get a copy of whatever it is I play, or...
The gates are open.
Gosh, my opponent won't quit. Too strong. This guy is hiding just underneath my big game hunter. That is just super unexciting. There's a world where this is okay. If I play this, attack, I like that. I'm going to do it. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. I didn't even think about it. Do I still want to make these plays? I think I do.
For the wild.
I don't like them nearly as much. I hope that he makes a play in such a way that he makes this 7 power so that I can big game hunter it down. But we need this almost to prevent from dying. Oh my gosh. I have played very poorly. I even thought that it could be Mirror Entity and did nothing to prevent it. If he makes this bigger, we can big game hunter it down. The point of my plays was to find a way to trade into this. If he trades here, we're in good shape. Does not look like he's going to. Now I'm confused. He should have shot his own guy to increase his clock. If he duplicates my Berserker. Well, I feel like my play opened me up to a lot of potential bad things, but... Okay, you have this guy. That's fine. I'm actually going to shoot him down immediately. And when we're not punished, I feel like we are firmly back in the driver's seat playing against an opponent in top deck mode, but that was poor, giving a mage opponent a creature that it synergizes with. like that. Again, just like not making the value play each time confuses me a lot. This is perfect. Can do this. Flip my guy. Hit him. Hit him. See what we get here, and we'll probably just play a gnomish. Nope, I like this better. Bloodfin Raptor into draw a card.
Job done.
Alright, here you go. I'm very interested in what my opponent's username means. What is an acherist? Is it like an alchemist? Anybody watching know what an acherist is? See, this is an awful play. Just buys no advantage. I don't want to play into a flame strike, so I'm just going to toss down the war golem and hit him. I could play this, but then top deck flame strike puts him back in it. This is still lethal on the board. But anything with 4 toughness is unexciting, and the tiger would die to the hero power eventually after a flame strike. What'd you draw, buddy? Nope.
Well played.
Again, trickling kill. No shenanigans with keeper or any of that nonsense. Hey, 4-1 is not bad. We're just gonna keep on keeping on. It's tempting to do like a nerf-themed giveaway where I announce how to enter in one of these videos, see if I can't get my nerd fans to watch a couple of my Hearthstone videos.
I must protect the wild.
I think Hearthstone is a pretty cool game. Alright, pitching the Frost Elemental because it costs too much. Everything else allows us to kind of beat down. I'm upset that we don't have anything that trades well against these guys. We'll have to use our hero power to keep them under control. Okay. Well, as I've stated before, Murloc Raider is strictly worse, so we'll play him first. I can see the merit in coining out the Leper Gnome too, so we'll get them both out there. I want them both on the board, because I think that next turn we're going to have to hero power either way. If we draw our Raptor, we'll probably play the Raptor. See, now I'm very glad that I played both, because it means the tempo advantage is mine. It's the secret, the one that brings it back to life. Good value. Divination. Build your own divination. I can definitely respect that. Building your own divination in a class that doesn't normally have access to that card is cool. Oh, gross. I will probably silence this, no lie. If he gives me that option, I will 100% do that.
For the wild.
Alright, don't do anything too crazy. Kaiser Soze. Love it. I finally have an opponent whose username I recognize and can appreciate. The greatest trick that the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Well, now we are just kind of hosed. We're staring down the barrel of a lot of enemies that we cannot overpower. So we'll shoot this down first. And all of our tempo advantage is about to be lost from the hits that we're going to take from this guy. We can claw and hero power it down next turn. but we need him to have just like a really poor follow-up for that to be okay.
Reporting for duty.
Oh my gosh, it just doesn't stop. I'm gonna silence this immediately. I don't think that we can handle another 4/4 with an empty board. So the theory there is that if we claw hero power this Nerubian down and he has another good way to flip this one, then we're just actually hosed.
My eyes are open.
Because he would have much more of a board than we do.
Reporting for duty.
And this isn't awesome, but it should help us kind of like
Truth is my shield.
hang in there. Next turn we can play Belcher and Power. I think that's fine. He obviously can knock down the shield this way, but then he doesn't have great trades outside of throwing this into it.
Behold the might of Storm!
Now he has good trades. Oh man, not looking good for our side. This is ironically useful again. I wish we had another swipe. I think that we have to do this. We do have the Starfire as well as the Keeper, so we could silence this Stormwind champion. The problem is silencing the Stormwind champion doesn't really solve the problem. It's still a 6/6 on a board.
To Northrend!
Oh my gosh, it doesn't end. Our opponent has seemingly done a lot with very few cards, which is I guess what the reinforced power lets you do. I think that we're done here. I can't think of a single card in my deck that gets me out of this. Yep. Well played.
Well played.
I'll throw this at your face and concede. GG.
I concede.
Well, as his username would imply, Kaiser Soze was quite powerful. He got us real good. Anyway, let me know what you think of that idea, the hiding a giveaway contest in a Hearthstone video idea. I think that could be really, really cool. I'd definitely give away something special to make it worthwhile.
Malfurion versus Malfurion!
I must protect the wild. Nature will rise against you.
These are not exciting cards on the play. This curve is significantly better. So we will toss out our Murloc. If you just coin hero powers, that's fine. Fine is actually a bad word for it because we're losing a card. Oh my gosh. If he has a sweet follow-up, gross. We might be in trouble, guys.
For the wild.
I am attacking this with the very specific intent of swiping something on turn 4 that also kills the Panther. Now, that's a little bit of a gamble because we're playing into like wanting to kill something that doesn't exist yet. Well, now we might want to kill this. Because it's going to beat us to death. So we're going to take a lot of damage from this Panther. We're going to take 10 total. Realistically, we take 12 because we hit it once when it had 3 power. That is gross.
I am master of magics.
And this would have been a great thing to swipe if it also killed this. This is almost tempting. I like swiping better here. Then I like hitting our opponent. I want to get some of this life parity back. Well, that was disgusting.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I bet you are, man. What's our best play here? It's tough. I think it's
I must
Keeper,
safeguard
2 damage to this guy? Gross.
Job's done.
See, we have a bunch of good spells. The issue is that we don't have effective creatures to play them on. Like, Poison Seeds is good if you have Dirtily Min around, but he's been cleaning our board each turn. Double swipe. Is this real?
Well played.
He's just had perfect removal for us at each step of this game.
My thanks. For the wild.
Alright, I'm gonna play a Cult Master. Please don't kill this too. Watch him have double Starfire now. Nothing I do matters.
You know, take candle.
Okay, so my opponent wants to aggro me to death. That might not work as well as he's expecting.
Safeguard the land.
Or it could. What do I know? Might be dangerous to leave this spell damage on the board. I should have clawed it away. I don't know that. But it's hard to imagine that my opponent has more than 2 swipes in his deck. That would be too strong.
Your magic shall not save me.
Gross. Now he gets a sweet trade. Man, I wish there was a stop that emote. This is crazy.
For the wilds.
Need to get this guy off the board.
Feel nature's wrath.
Job's done.
And like, surely he's almost at a gas, but we've been losing value in these trades. Like, yes, we have a board now, but we are down on life. Jeez. We're gonna get wrecked. If he just attacks us here, we have to armor up every turn. Okay. I probably would have gone for the throat there. I don't even think it's greedy in that situation. I'm gonna try to armor up every turn I can from here on out, just because we are so low. This prevents him from hitting us for 1 turn. Also, it's the same theory of, like, even though its Battlecry ability is sweet, it isn't so sweet that it's not worth putting a 5/5 onto the board.
I'm not ready.
For exactly this reason. We would have been in a lot of... Well, that was good. We're gonna have to Starfall this down now. Starfire, like the Teen Titan. Okay. This is acceptable. It means that if we ever do have to Poison Seeds, we will have a better board to do that on. I've broken my rule of hero powering each turn, but we weren't going to win doing that. We were just gonna not die. And those are very different concepts. not entirely sure it's worth silencing this guy. We don't want to beat it down, we want to kill it somehow. So if we silence it and attack, we can set up a board where Poison Seeds is good for us and bad for our opponent.
Your magic shall not save you.
I think this is our best play. Could very easily end with us dying.
Give me a minute.
For the wild.
Now the real question is, do we want to Poison Seeds now or try to get greedy? I think 3 damage into our 8 health. He needs something that does 5 damage. I'm willing to risk it, because a bunch of 2/2s are not necessarily better for us than our current board. If he attacks one of our creatures, we are of course very okay with that too. But I want to get in this damage before I Poison Seeds. Well, that was a good draw. I want 3 cards for 5 mana. Super Divination. Okay, well I don't think that we're dead here if our opponent is doing things like this.
Hey, give me a minute.
Okay, so I firmly believe that this is our best play right here. We upgrade these guys. Is it? It might not be. We should maybe just Sludge Belcher Tiger Pass. I like that. We're gonna try it. Completely forgot about hero powering each turn, but upgrading one guy wasn't the best. Our opponent is saying well played, like you just draw something that straight nerfs us.
My thanks to you.
Thank you? We're at the same life, dude. Your cards have to do something, mine don't. Okay, well, that's a good first start. I still have a single Taunter here. So he needs a way to destroy that and then do 8 damage. What's he targeting my imp for? Okay. Well, if he draws it off of that, that was the long game. He got me real good. So I'm gonna go to 5 here. Well, he's gonna gain a bunch of life. That's a good start.
For no one.
It doesn't look like I'm dead. Okay. Well, we're certainly still in this. And I like armoring up. His draw 3 was not exciting. It was honestly more like a draw 4 with that Wrath that he played, but do I win? Hooray!
My thanks.
We do get to win. Very cool. This was a well-played game. Oh, we are gonna go for the Rubbins.
Well played.
Just this once. 5 wins, moving on up.
Malfurion versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
I must protect the
Playing against a Vitamin Mage. Okay. I'm gonna pitch Mark of Nature and Murloc Raider. That might be wrong. I don't want Murloc Raider at all this game. I think that this is how we're gonna mulligan. And these creatures at least have slightly more toughness. I also like coining out the Bloodfin Raptor. Looks like I'm gonna get to do that. We are definitely the beat down this game, which means that I think that we're gonna play Master Swordsmith next. And so if all he does is shoot this down, it sets it up for a 2-turn to die plan. That is acceptable. Ooh, don't get lucky. No! Alright, he got us. I want to innervate out my Inventor. I don't have anything better to do. Hopefully he doesn't pick up on that. But the Inventor has a pretty decent butt and won't die to Fireball. Whereas these guys die to a lot of the smaller removal spells. Claw attack this seems fine. Polish off the Druid. I also like +4 health and taunt.
Hey, give me a minute.
And if he wants to attack us, we can hero power his man down over the course of a couple of turns. That's an okay trade. I'm not like thrilled by it, but I'm not upset either. He is going to have the ability to attack in and ping down our crocodile if he wants, but if he doesn't do that, we have a pretty good play.
What does the future hold?
Wish I had a quick way to kill that guy. This is going to be a good turn for him. He now has the superior board. Okay, so he is a guy with Wind Fury and we do not. That is what this comes down to. I think that we claw, power him down, and then we Swordsmith. Playing Swordsmith by himself seems really sad. He's just not going to do much. But these guys both have relevant abilities, and Starfire is a removal spell that we can't play yet.
Pay attention, class.
But now we have a target.
I'm ready to learn.
It was a fine turn for our opponent. We're gonna cycle our removal out before he gets any more value making acolytes. This is not good for us as long as he has Dirtlemen out. This is an aggressive Frostball. Okay. I disagree with that. Put something onto the board. Next turn we can hero power this guy down, attack in probably to this guy, and then play our Imp Master.
I forget things.
Man, bet you wish you still had that Frostbolt, huh? Or something better. Okay, so if we can handle his board, I think that we are favored to win, but he's done a lot of direct damage to us. This seems solid. We're gonna start knocking him down. This guy goes first. This guy goes second. And we're gonna shoot this down.
Job's done.
I like our position a lot now. I will make this trade. I have no fear. Hope he plays something huge this turn. Like he gets a sweet top deck and he's like, no! This is just poor. He just asks me to make the trade. I will still do it.
For the wild.
I'm actually gonna hit this guy,
I must save my
shoot this down, and I can play my Imp Master. So now the focus is away from playing defensively and more on killing our opponent as quickly as possible, which is kind of the position that I wind up in frequently because we are on a 10-turn clock. It's much faster if he draws anything sweet at any point. Him holding a card is a little scary for us. Gonna do this. Tempting to flip this guy to increase our clock. What do you think, Internet? 4. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 a turn as opposed to 6 a turn, and we're adding this. Does it increase our clock? It does. But it plays in a Flame Strike. We are playing in a Flame Strike either way.
My new recipe.
feel nature's wrath.
I think that in the spirit of, if he's got it, we're also going to play out our Raider. And now we have a full board. Hopefully he plays something we can trade into just a little bit so that we aren't losing value off of our Imp Master. Or he'll get us our value for us. This is good that now he's targeting guys and not us. Either he has the kill, or this would suggest more likely that he does not.
Don't rush me.
Feel nature's wrath.
So I don't think that the taunt is nearly as important as... I actually think that this is a better play, because despite the fact that we don't get an imp, we are now protected from rush creature plus burn spell. And I like that. We have 2 creatures now that live through a flame strike, so we can only shoot down one of them.
You win this.
Hooray! We got there. Wasn't looking good if they were just throwing fireballs at our face, but that is negative card advantage. The player who wins with 1 life still wins. Disappointed that I hate the Paladin class so much, because I really wish I could play with cards like Lay on Hands. They seem really sweet. It's kind of like Hearthstone's Sphinx's Revelation.
Malfurion versus Jaina.
Okay, get off my
You asked
lawn.
for it.
Not bad.
Protect the wild.
I like Wild Growth. Wild Growth into these 2 seems fine. It is negative card advantage, but these both have large butts, and against the class we're playing against, I don't mind that. If our opponent aggroes us out, we will lose this game, but that is okay. Now we have a much better turn 2 play than this is turn 3, and we can go into Sludge Belcher. maybe we just won't use our wild growth. We seem to have an excellent play at each point on our curve. We did not know we'd get a 2 into a 3, but that is what has happened. Snap make this trade. Do we? I think that we do make this trade. We're going to panther it up. That's upsetting. Raining on my parade. That is
I
perfect.
must safeguard the land.
Sweet abilities. 1-3. I feel like this has to die now. He can ping it to hit down our guy. I like... Well, if we did 1 damage to it... I'm trying to think. This seems like a better play. Attack in, then do 1 damage to it to cycle. If I ever get an opportunity to cycle a removal spell like that, I prefer it greatly to, I guess, the alternative, which is not cycling it. The 3 damage is sometimes just a very necessary removal spell. You use Wrath as kind of its own Frostbolt, but the upside of having the 1 damage cycle seems ideal. This is a great play next turn. I am going to continue our beats. And I like Sludge Belcher here. Next turn we can eat his guy and then Poison Seeds. It could be poor to do that the turn before a Flame Strike, but oh man, if he has it this turn, we are in a lot of trouble. Well done. Forgot about the coin. I deserved that. Alright, we're gonna hang tough. We're gonna keep going. That was an excellent play,
magic will
but
tear you apart.
you're being so mean.
Sorry.
I can lean back.
My magic will tear you apart.
I now like shooting down the zombie chow.
I must safeguard the land.
Playing my Gnomish Inventor. This could be gross if he doesn't handle our board. We could Cult Master. I hope he plays some good stuff. Well, now he can handle our board in a very clean fashion.
My magic will tear you apart.
Hey, give me a minute.
So I think that our best play... Oh, well done. Well played.
I'm sorry.
A natural mistake.
I still think that we blow the field, that we turn them all into little things.
What?
If we do that, I want to take advantage of turning the Raider into something better. Would have been much nicer if we could have killed that guy.
My magic will tear you apart.
Yeah, I'm done with this.
Put this apple on your head.
we really needed a better way to deal with his board.
For the wild, for the wild, for the wilds.
This seems fine, and then we will play our minions exclusively because holding onto them is going to get us killed. So, what order do we want to do that in? I think that we want to
Your magic shall not save you.
silence nothing, play a Cold Master, hope we don't die. And we can cycle our wild growth at any point. But we're still facing down a Yeti and 2 cards to our 1, which is not ideal. We need a big draw here. Killing this would be great, because we could deal with that. We need a swipe, is what we really need. That is not a swipe. Come on, swipe. Gross. Not looking good for our side.
For the wild.
I don't even want to attack there.
I'll be just like you.
Well, I think that we are pretty thoroughly beat here. This is 10 onboard damage, and we can't stop any of it. So, we're going to assume Get Off My Lawn
I can
as
see.
best it does. So 6 wins, not the best, not terrible. I think that's 3 boxes. I'm not sure what the cutoff is. I know that 7 wins is where you want to be. So we were 1 shy, but that is a 2-to-1 ratio, which isn't terrible. We get out of it 85 gold, a flare, which I didn't want, and a pack. I wonder if flare is epic or not. So we definitely got more than we gave. Let's see if our pack is sweet to reward us for our some odd 2 hours of play. It's strange that you can get 2 of the same. Well, our pack was horribly boring, but that is this arena run. We went 6-3 with a Druid deck that I feel was mediocre, had no legends in it, so it was okay. We did get some sweet cards, we demonstrated some alright play, and I have posed some new questions, such as how would you feel about nerf-themed giveaways hidden in these videos? Let me know what you think. Drop me some feedback on how to get better at playing this crazy game, and as always, thanks for watching.